Hello everyone and welcome to our new video which is on managing the VPC flow logs. So this is the third video in the series, and in my first video I have covered the architecture of the VPC flow logs, how we can send it to uh, uh, S3 and Cloudwatch from the architecture perspective. Then in the second video, we have shown hands-on on configuring VPC flow logs and configuring it within the S3 and then in the Cloudwatch. So if you have not watched those videos, I would suggest you to watch them first before going through this video. Now, I'm going to cover from where I left in my last video, which is in the Cloudwatch. So within the Cloudwatch, I have basically created my custom log group for the VPC flow log. So I'm just going to go inside my log group. All right, so there's the log group. So I have created this log group so I can go back and inside my network interface, you will see that the logs are there. Okay, so now what I can do is I will go back inside my log group. I'm just going to go back one level, or let me show you how to just select the VPC flow logs, select metric filter over here. Now, once you have selected metric filter, you can click on create metric filter. All right, now within the metric filter, you will have to select a filter pattern. Now this filter pattern should match your log data. This is the log data that we are getting. So I have created this filter pattern. Now this filter pattern, if you look at this filter pattern, basically what it says is like on the destination port of 22, if the message action matches to reject, okay, then go ahead and basically match this pattern inside the log. So let's click on test pattern. All right, it shows that there are 22 matches. So that's how basically we can determine that our filter pattern is working on the log or not. This is essential, very essential step, because if you don't get this right, probably the alert that you want to configure on the CloudWatch is not going to go through and you will see insufficient data continuously. So let's go ahead and click next. All right, inside the filter name, I can provide basically the name in order to identify this. So basically it's like SSH port 22 reject. So it identifies this filter pattern is basically for if some request gets rejected on port number 22. Now we have to put a metric name for this. So we can simply say VPC flow logs here, and inside the metric name, we can say SSH reject, because this is what we are trying to identify. Metric value will be 1, because even if there's one reject, I want to get an alert for that. Now let's, if everything looks good over here, you can click on create metric filter. Now for if every time you are going to get and reject inside your VPC flow log, and that will create a metric filter of 1. Okay, and this is like the metrics which AWS will keep on fetching through the VPC flow logs and analyzing it for the rejects. And then you can create an alert so that you are aware about it automatically. You don't have to perform the searches. So what you can do is you can select this small checkbox over here, click on create alarm, and it's going to create you can create a CloudWatch alarm for this metrics. Now within the metrics, you will see the details, like this is our namespace that we just provided. SSH reject is our metric name. I can reduce down the periods to 1 minute so that I get an alert as soon as some event happens in my environment. And then threshold will be static, and whenever the SSH reject, it should be greater than and equal to. So here I'm going to select that it should be equal to or greater than 1. If such a condition happens, then go ahead and send out an alert in the form of like in an alarm state, and set out an alert to my SNS topic. Now I can put the SNS topic as SSH rejects hyphen alerts. So what it's going to do is like it's going to create this notification SSH topic, and I have also created a user inside it, which is my email address. So it's going to register this user inside the SNS topic, and the user will have to actually subscribe to this topic by clicking on the mail that SNS sends. So after he has accepted, then he should be receiving the alerts as soon as the some SSH get rejects. He will receive an alert saying that the SSH got rejected. Now let's click on next. We can name our alert now. So we can say SSH rejects I. Okay. So again, we can describe this like SSH rejects on port 22 are monitored. So if something is rejecting on port 22, we should receive an alert. Now let's click next, and we can click on create alarm. This is going to create the alert. All right, this creates the alert now, and what I can simply do is I can go ahead and create some traffic on this one. So I can simply do SSH, and it asks for the password. Let's give the wrong password. All right, so this creates the traffic. This should have created the traffic. And if I go back in the Cloudwatch, click on refresh, this should update the